Workout Wednesday number 2. So today what we're starting off with is some dynamic stretching. So dynamic stretching is a bit more specific to the kind of flexibility that I want to have as a runner, because I want to be flexible while I'm moving. So the best way to practice being flexible while I'm moving is to stretch while I'm moving. So I like to do this before workouts, and I'll do some static stretching after I'm done working out. So I just try to be specific to what I'm actually trying to accomplish. And yeah, that's my whole way of tackling stretching. So with that said, I'm just going to shut up and let you guys listen to the music. So I know I mentioned last week that I'm not the hugest fan of the leg presses, but when all squat racks are taken, I will use this machine. It's definitely my favorite. And it's a little bit weird because without weight, it's set to 103 pounds. So all your measurements are all going to be really weird. But what I really like about using the leg press is doing two legs, left leg, right leg, and then both legs. Because if you do two legs and then left, you're working primarily the left, and then you go back to right leg and then both, and then you're working primarily the right leg. So it's a cool way to work one leg at a time, especially when you work one leg at a time, you're really activating the glutes, which, you know, if you don't go far down enough when you're doing squatting or leg press, you really don't activate. So you got to make sure you go all the way down. So there I was on the incline bench, and I was just thinking to myself, you know, it'd be great if this bar all of a sudden weighed about 20 more pounds, and then bam, out of nowhere, this weight disappeared. But all kidding aside though, this exercise is not only great for the sternal fibers of the pec major, but it's also great for working the anterior fibers of the deltoid. Speaking of which, it's time to hit the rear delts, the often forgotten deltoid fibers, so don't neglect these. People often have terrible posture because their anterior deltoid fibers are so much stronger than their posterior deltoid fibers. So one quick way to improve posture and keep from having this unattractive hunch forward look is to just work on the posterior delts as well. Don't forget these guys. So here you see I'm doing the bent over cable rows. So these are pretty similar to seated cable rows, except for I'm also working my legs, especially my lower legs and hamstrings, to stabilize myself. So any exercise that's going to work my legs extra, I'm totally going to favor, because let's face it, I could use it, especially in the lower legs. Lat pull downs. I used to hate these. It took me a while when I first started working out to actually feel my lats working when I was doing lat specific exercises. They're hard for a lot of people to work on, but if you really focus on the contraction and know how the muscle itself actually contracts, then you're starting off the right foot. You'll be feeling your lats in no time. Working the old gastrocnemius. So since my lower legs are still pretty weak, I'm pretty limited on the calf exercises I can do. So I pretty much just cycle through the same two calf exercises over and over again. But the cool thing about the assisted calf raises is that you constantly have control over how much weight is being raised. So if you want to do more weight, you can just put less pressure on the bar. And if you want to do more sets, put less pressure on the bar. It's as easy as that. So here I'm doing bicycles. I'm a huge fan of bicycles because I feel it works the rectus abdominis along with the obliques in pretty much the same exercise. So it's pretty much a win-win. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Workout Wednesday, and I will hope to see you guys next week.